Be ready. 5 seconds. Start. This assembly decided last year almost unanimously, I think, in favor of general widespread disarmament. The great nations of the world have committed themselves to it. The United States, through its president, recently put forward proposals which are in line with what this assembly has decided. The Soviet Russia has put forward proposals to the same effect, varying them slightly but essentially aiming at the same thing. There is a good deal of commonness about them in broad outline. If that is so, why should we not grasp this opportunity and remove the fear and terror from people's minds and devote our energies and resources to the advancement of the world? This major and outstanding question must be dealt with speedily, and the great countries, especially those which have the greatest responsibility, should address themselves again and again to the consideration of this problem together through negotiations to reach agreements. Such agreements cannot be merely agreements between some countries, however great. These must represent all the members of the United Nations. But I do think that it is better for a few countries to deal with this problem to begin with. I feel rather strongly on this question, although we in India are probably not situated in the major theaters of a possible war. Everything that man has striven for in the past thousands of years is at stake today. While I feel as strongly as possible about the freedom of the colonial countries and other dependent people, I do think that the biggest question today is the question of war and peace and disarmament. The General Assembly passed a resolution recently about nuclear tests. It was a great misfortune that after a period of abstinence from nuclear tests, there was a resumption of these tests. Immediately, it becomes more difficult to have treaties for ending nuclear tests because the whole atmosphere becomes one of fear and apprehension. I do think, and I would beg the countries concerned to realize that they are doing a grave disservice to the world, to their own countries, by not putting an end to nuclear test by treaty as quickly as possible. The Assembly passed a resolution in favor of some kind of a moratorium. No one imagines that a voluntary moratorium is going to solve this question. There must be stricter controls by treaty, and otherwise nuclear tests are basically evil forever. We live in a world of conflicts, and yet the world goes on undoubtedly because of the cooperation of nations and operation. And there is today a vast amount of cooperation even between countries which are opposed to each other in the political or other fields. Little is known or said about this cooperation that is going on, but a great deal is said about every point of conflict, and therefore the world is full of the idea that we live on the verge of disaster. It would perhaps be a truer picture if the cooperating elements in the world were put forward and we were made to think that the world depended on cooperation and not on conflict. A proposal has been made by many persons to the effect that more attention should be directed to the cooperative ventures, especially for peace and in the interest of peace, so that more positive thinking may take place on this subject and people may realize that this cooperation is already taking place and can be extended. Some years ago, it was resolved to have an international geophysical year. That was a specific subject. However, it has been suggested that perhaps this assembly might resolve to call upon all countries of the world to devote a year to the furtherance of cooperative activities in political, cultural, and the many other fields, not to mere speeches about peace. That perhaps will direct some of our energy and some of our thinking to this idea of cooperation, which will create an atmosphere helpful for solving the problems more easily. That by itself will not solve any problem, but it will lessen this distrust and conflict which affect the world. I make this suggestion to you not in any detail but broadly so that this assembly might consider it, and if it is worthwhile, perhaps appoint a committee to consider it further and make suggestions as to how this might perhaps be done. The great men of the world have been those who have fought hatred and violence and not those who have encouraged it. We have arrived at the stage when, even in some worthwhile cause, hatred and violence have to be checked. This requires a new way of thinking, a new development of humanity. Possibly we are going through that process, and this very crisis will wake up the mind of man and direct it to this new way of thinking. What shall it profit the world if it conquers the material ills and then commits suicide because it has not controlled its own mind?